Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for clicking on this video. Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's your boy Sam. I'm not going to take too long on this video because I don't like being negative, and I really didn't like this movie. But before I get to that, please do me a favor: hit that like and subscribe button on your screen. If you take those 2 seconds to do that and help us out, it truly helps out the channel. I've seen some people listening. We've gotten our subscriber count up, I should say, and it's really appreciated. If you choose not to, still love you. Thanks for listening, and let's get it. So Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It's the third installment in this now trilogy of movies that started back in 2012, 13, I want to say, but it has been just about 10 years since the last one, called Now You See Me Too. In it, we have our 4 horsemen, who are, 4 famed magicians working for this organization known as the Eye, who go around and, stop corrupt people all around the world using magic. And they are joined by 3 newcomers who have also been, recruited by the Eye. So the 7, and then technically 8, because there is a 5th horseman who is introduced in Now You See Me Too. But anyway, these 8 people then go on a mission to stop a corrupt diamond dealer / smuggler who funds the world's most corrupt people, arms dealers, terrorists, all that stuff, right? That is the name of the game here. They plan on stopping her by stealing her most valuable possession, which is a really big diamond called the Heart Diamond. Now, it's odd because, this movie knows that it is very cheesy and it leans into that, but it's still not good. I went into this thinking it was going to be mediocre, and it was a little less than mediocre, so it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's not unwatchable, but by the time I got out of it, I was like, yeah, I don't know if there's anyone I know who I'm going to tell to go watch this. Like, you can just wait for it to come on streaming. That's what I'm going to say to you here. And the reason is, it's just everything is underwhelming. Characters that, if you are a fan of this franchise, the characters that you liked really didn't have a lot to do here. And most of all, the story was utterly predictable. So I mentioned we meet 3 new horsemen who are somehow chosen by the Eye for this mysterious journey. In the trailer, you've seen, it's Jesse Eisenberg's character, Atlas, who comes and recruits them for the Eye. In that scene, he basically is talking to each of them, giving us exposition on who they are, because, we as the audience don't really know them. And in that moment, when he said who they are and what they do, I immediately knew how this movie was going to end, because the description he gives on one of them told me, oh, well, obviously this movie is going to end with some sort of reveal involving this person, and that's exactly what happened. And that's no fun, because even though the first 2 were also cheesy, the magic was interesting and the big reveal was interesting, especially in the first one. I loved the big reveal of the trick in the first one. This one, I saw it coming a mile away. The only real magic that I actually enjoyed, I guess, was the very first scene where we are first introduced to our 3 new horsemen, in which they scammed this crypto bro out of his money after he had scammed a bunch of people out of their money. So, just desserts. But every single step of the way, from the way the Eye even recruits the original horsemen to get these guys, to the way they have them all meet at this certain location, to the mission they throw them on, you can see it coming. Like, the movie's giving you so many hints that it's almost like, well, it's so obvious that I hope it's not this. And then at the end, you're like, oh, it's exactly what you thought. So yeah, and the original horsemen don't really have much to do. Atlas is probably the most utilized of them. Merrick, played by Woody Harrelson, and Jack, played by oh my gosh, Dave Franco. Yeah, they might as well not have been in the movie. They didn't really have a lot to do. In fact, it also was kind of annoying because in bringing in these 3 new guys, they kind of made them so irrelevant. Like, there's this one lock picking scene where, Jack is the guy who can do that. And they make it so he doesn't seem to know how to do it, even though it wasn't that difficult to figure out. But, one of the new ones had to do it, I guess. So they had her do it instead. So minor gripe, but it was just something I noticed that I was like, well, this is a dumb way to do this. And then just to further my point just a little bit, there's a moment where they're all doing tricks. It's like their bonding moment where they're all showing how good they are at magic, right? Someone may make a card disappear, another one makes it reappear, another one turns it into 1,000 pieces, another one uses those pieces to make a dress, like, so it's cool. They're all riffing off each other. It's a one-shot thing. Jack and Merrick barely do anything in that scene. I mean, Jack does something, but it's so much less impressive than what everyone else does, and Merrick is just kind of standing around. So, again, those 2, it just seemed like there were too many cooks in the kitchen here. And then we have the villain, played by Rosamund Pike, you know, another great actress. And this movie, so the movie's problems have nothing to do with the acting. Let me say that all of them did their job. It's just the job they were given just wasn't entertaining. But anyway, Rosamund Pike is the villain here, and as far as generic vanilla villains go, bro, she was the top of the food chain. She was the Cold Stone Creamery of vanilla villains. She's just barely threatening, not very intelligent, not imposing, doesn't really seem to have a clear goal in mind here. And she just seems to be reckless for no reason. That's another thing. There are a lot of, I know you have to turn your brain off in this movie, but there are certain things on both, you know, like that just happen where characters do things. They do things that are just so dumb, or things happen that they should know. Like the movie is showing you they are smart enough to notice these things and they don't. And you're just questioning, like, okay, why is the plot doing this? At the end of the day, like I said, I'm not going to harp on this. This movie was supposed to wow you with magic. That was its one job, you know, to show you close up magic and make you question how things were done. The ultimate trick you're going to see coming from a mile away. All the little tricks in between, somewhat entertaining, but it's nothing mind blowing that makes you need to go watch this movie. It is cool they kept it under 2 hours. So, I mean, it doesn't feel like it overstays its welcome. But at the end of the day, I think this is one I would just recommend you go see on streaming. I'm going to give this about a 2.5 out of 5. Appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, I'm out.